Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back bringing you some Wuthering Waves. Now, today, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to talk about this game. I'm going to talk about, obviously, just the small amounts I've been playing it. And off the bat, I'm just going to tell you right now that I love this game. I love it. I love it without a doubt. It has so many aspects that I would have wanted in a free-to-play game. In a free roam kind of open world game. There are a lot of factors Kuro Games investigated because they took some aspects of Honkai Star Rail and they took some aspects of Genshin Impact and then they made it their own kind of mix in the game. It looks amazing. First of all, basically moving around, I mean, look how fast I am. I will give you a very good example of climbing this ridge, right? This is basically how it is when you're actually going up a mountain or anything. That's how fast it is, right? That's the first one. Moving about, you basically have unlimited stamina unless you're basically getting into a fight, which in most cases I think is one of the best things a game could have ever done. You have this whole maneuverability in the game that allows you to just, it's similar to Genshin's, but for some reason in this game it feels faster, like way faster than usual. So that's my take on that specifically. Another thing I really want to talk about is I think the gameplay. Now the game, I wouldn't even say gameplay per se. Let's actually start with the weapon, the summon system. So I ended up getting Charo, or I think whatever his name is. Let me show you right now. So I ended up getting this unit. He's very good. I haven't tested him out that much, but from the way he plays, he's very good. But let's go just generally the banner system. Now the banner system, obviously you had your starter banner, which is very good. I ended up choosing this character as the character that I want on my next 80 pool, because I obviously in any game I think having a good healer is a very good thing. Obviously respects to Honkai Star Rail, but Bailu was just not one of, she was good for a starting unit, but now we have better. But in this case, obviously now we have this character 100%. I think it's going to be obviously important for us to choose a healer. Now you can always change the character at any point in time, which I think is a very good thing. But obviously this is just a choice banner. You can even see though it's written choice banner. We've got the event banner as well, obviously, which is Jiyang. Very good unit. I've tested him out, very nice. Obviously his weapon banner, and then you have the standard banner, which is obviously a general 80 pool. So in essence, your soft pity is between 50 and 60. So you won't even have to save up that much to get a character. You basically have to save up to about 50. Or actually, 50 actually, because 50 to 60, or 50, or rather 60. 50 to 60 is now when you're probably guaranteed the 5-star character, and then you have now the weapon banner, which is another 80 pool, which I think is not bad, but it's not good compared to something like PGR, where you are 100% guaranteed to get the weapon within 20 pulls or 30 pulls. I think this is fair, obviously, for the amount that they're going to be giving us specifically. So yeah, that's how the banner system works, and I think it works really well. Now, when we move to combat, can I just say how fluid the combat is in this game? Like, I'll give you a good example. Let's go fight these guys here. So you have your basic attacks, which is alright, right? And then you have your heavy attack, which is like that. And that's usually done by building up that meter gauge that you're seeing right there. Okay, so I just dodged that. I didn't know I did. But you basically build up the gauge on the bottom center there. So the more you attack, the more you basically build it up. And you can basically dodge just by simply tapping the sprint button in any direction. One of the major things I think is really good as well is the fact that you can lock onto a target simply just like that, and wherever you move or sprint, you will always keep your eye on that specific target. Something that I think Genshin should really do. Obviously, when you're in combat as well, is when your stamina basically is being depleted. So it's very important for you to not just spam dodge as well. So it's really important for you to dodge as much as possible. Now, onto the actual combat. So you have your general sprint and stuff, which is okay, but you have your basic attacks, you have your heavy attacks, and then when a character is blinking, just like you're seeing there on the right, you basically can switch and do that. It's like a switch attack or whatever, like a tag attack, a tag team attack or something. I won't say tag team per se because that's not exactly what it is. But the more you attack, the more you build up the gauge. Then you can unleash like a special move You have different types of characters, but there's something that actually is very different. At some point when you have a 5-star character, I think when at some point their gauge is yellow, that's when you can actually activate their special like tagging animation, which I think is very good. The tagging, obviously, for the game as well is very fast, very fluid. Okay, so basically when you're fighting, it's very easy for you to switch characters to then basically do an intro or outro skill. I think some characters have a very unique outro and intro skill, which I think is very unique to 5-star characters. I don't know how I activated it before, but there's a method, I think, which I've not been able to learn, is that when you're basically triggering your damage through your 4-star, 5 or 4-star, I don't know if it's 4-star specifically, so I go attack, and then it gives me the chance to basically switch at some point. I go like that. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know how that actually goes through, but I think it's more of a fast. Oh, he's so cool. He's so cool, and I think his voice reminds me of a specific. I don't know who it is, but his voice is very familiar. But yeah, I think the game is very good. If I won't go into politics, but I feel it might be a very, very big contender to the likes of specifically Genshin Impact. The reason why I say that is because obviously Honkai Impact is its own game entirely, and I feel that, you know, not many games can compare to something like Honkai Star Rail. It has a very unique blend of turn-based sort of gameplay, but at the same time has a very good sort of sense of just good feeling of combat and stuff. So I feel that this game, just the way it is right now, there is still so many improvements they can make. We're still obviously at the start of the game, and who knows what characters they're going to remove in future that make this game completely, like, you know, beyond the limit of what it has. One of the major things that I think is very amazing is the fact that we start off with such a big cap of 240, which in most cases I think when I actually start farming, you know, these types of material is going to be one of the major things that's needed for the game to actually progress or become even better in terms of this progression and stuff. So I think I'll be very honest, this game I feel is going to go really far, very, very far, because at the moment I don't really see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with how it plays. I don't see a problem with the movement, the gameplay, even the story. The story, just looking at the story and listening to the story, is actually very unique. It's completely different to what we've been experiencing with Genshin Impact, and I feel this is going to bring in a new sort of light into just general free to play sort of open world gaming, because this game is amazing. I won't lie to any single person. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, later on it's going to be bad. No. It feels good. It moves so fluidly. I mean, one of the major things I love about the game is the fact that you can basically scale up mountains just by doing this. I mean, look at this. Look at this. At any situation, that would have taken, if you don't have like a Venti or a Kazuha, that would have taken like about 2 minutes or 3 minutes of your time wasted just trying to climb up a mountain. That's how good I feel this game is. But with that said, I hope you guys have a good day. The game is amazing. Give it a try. I think without a doubt, it's one of the best games that has come out right now in 2024, as of 2024.